Visa Approved group, and we want to do some comments. We actually weren't able to do it Saturday and Sunday, so we're gonna go ahead and do it Monday morning. And let's go ahead and start. Let's switch it to our comments, YouTube comments, real quick. Give me a second. Go to desktop here. Bam, there we go. All right, can you read that?
Yeah.
Let me make it a little bit
we
bigger.
should zoom in.
Yeah, no problem. Oops, wrong screen.
Okay, that's much better.
All right, there we go. Oh,
Hi,
crap.
Miss Yuri.
There we go. Go ahead.
Hi, Miss Yuri. This is a comment from Joanne. What is the prior date in the application form for interview? Because I just paid the BPI bank today. Kindly answer my question. What is the prior date in the application?
What does she mean by prior date?
I think it's from the
Prior date.
CGI.federal. Like when you're scheduling choosing a schedule for your visa interview. From my understanding in this one, prior date was I couldn't access the CGI federal website anymore because I think there's like a limited time for you to have access on.
Well, what is she talking about? Like she's saying that you got to go to BPI, I know, to pay for your fiance visa, right?
Yeah.
In the Philippines.
Yeah.
So prior date, what is that?
Prior date, it's like it's a question asked when you're scheduling your interview at CGI. Prior date, based on my understanding, and that is prior date of departure. Like when do you intend to leave the country? So yeah, I just estimated a time there of when I intend to leave
the Philippines to
Yes.
the U.S.?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I hope that answers your question, Joanne. If not, let us know. We'll do further research and see if we can answer it better for you. We're gonna go to the next question. Let me go ahead and switch to desktop. Okay, here we go. Kay Legaspina. That sounds familiar. Is that the lady from Italy? I think.
No, I think she's a Filipino.
Okay, I like this topic. Yuri and Bruce, my fiance, telling me keep. Wait, this isn't visa, right?
Oh, that's up for the Philippine video.
Oh, okay. We'll skip that one. We'll do that. We're gonna answer that on another video. We're trying to keep it with just U.S. Visa.
Okay. These are actually my regular people that always like ask questions that I've already been answering. Yeah. Veronica. Thanks, Yuri. I appreciate it. We are saving now, and me and my boyfriend. So when we start the visa process by the end, I think she meant by the end of this year, at least we are good. Hope you guys will be around till the time we apply, because you don't how much. Oh,
you don't know how much this helped us.
You helped us
and
many other people who follow you guys.
Thanks a lot.
Yes, sis, I'll still be here. So from my last response to her, yeah, she asked me this question because her boyfriend is gonna live with his father while they are saving.
I see.
So they can save some money before coming here. Because it's a lot of expense,
Yes.
And so, yeah, I said that they can use the guy's father's address. And yeah, it's a good idea to save because
absolutely.
It's a very expensive process.
Okay, let's see if there's anything else.
Yes, sis, we're still gonna be here, and we will be continuously responding to your questions.
Okay, she asked another question.
Hello, Yuri. Did you manage
to get your green card? Yes.
Yes, that was the first thing that I had to do once I got here, like I rested for like a month, and then I started researching on how to file my adjustment of status for green card application.
Yeah, and that's Form I-485, adjustment of status. When you get here, you're still on a K-1 visa, which only lasts 90 days, and then you have to adjust your status from basically adjusting your status from non-immigrant to immigrant status. And so that's what that process is. She got a conditional green card, a few months ago?
Yes, I got my green card in November.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, so that's the first thing that I did first, because that I had to do immediately, because once my fiance visa expired, I did not have any other identification. My passport doesn't really serve like my identification here officially.
Right.
So yeah, I submitted it the third month of being here, and then I got my employment card that also serves as
EAD, combo
my
card.
parole card. Yeah.
So, and you can do limited stuff with the EAD card, but it doesn't last very long. It lasts just long enough for you to get your green card. So
yeah, but at least you have like a temporary identification
right.
that you can use to open a bank account, to get a driver's license. Some other states would allow you to
get a job legally.
Driver's license. Yeah, get a job, and then yeah, that's.
Okay, let's go to the next one. I think we have another one here. It says
Brandrine, yeah, I answered her the last time too. Hello, sis. Hi, Miss Yuri. I'm here again. Do I and my fiance need to have this G325A form? Yes, you and your fiance needs form for each.
Yeah, that's the biographic information form. And so when your husband or wife, or if the U.S. petitioner, when the petitioner files, they have to provide the biographic information, which also has to include your a passport style photo for each of you. And so yeah, it has to go with the I-129F package. So I hope that answered your question. All right, let's go to the next question here. And it says, I think this one's also, let me see.
That's for Philippines.
Is this a Philippines question?
Browse on the right side.
Having some issues with that. Oh, here we go. Charles Anthony. This one,
yeah.
Is this a Philippines question? Okay, so we'll skip that for now. Come back to it on another video. I think you already answered all the rest of these, right?
There's, oh yeah, that is for Fiance.
My fiance and I are about to file. I've been searching for weeks on information on this topic to make sure we understand it completely. This was very helpful, you guys. Thanks a lot. I'm glad it helped you out. We've got lots more information.
Sis. Yeah.
So just keep on browsing our stuff, and you'll find lots and lots of stuff.
This was from the IMRA baby and the dating. And
it's very confusing.
But yeah, now like dating sites have updated to like the Filipino Cupid, where me and my husband met. So they started merging IMRA to the dating site. So you just have to explain that part, or just say that you met online, and then explain further how your relationship developed, like how many times you met, and the proof of meeting of your
that's what we
relationship.
Did. That's what. Should we talk about this one for a bit before I go on?
Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah, so the IMRA thing. So first of all, IMB means International Marriage Broker, and it's what we call here mail order bride, and it's kind of a derogatory term for some people. I mean, for me, I think it's a legit thing if where two very serious people come together and go through a service, because they just want to get straight to the paperwork and get married. So that whatever floats your boat. But what's happening is when you're a U.S. petitioner and you want to sponsor your K-1 visa over, and you say on the document that you met on a dating site, you met specifically on, let's say, Filipino Cupid or Filipino Heart or Latin Cupid, whatever.com. You put that on your paperwork and you send it into the USCIS. They're getting confused and thinking it's an IMRA, an International Marriage Broker, and or an IMB. An IMB has to go under certain regulation called IMRA, which is International Marriage Broker Regulation Act of 2012 or whatever year it was that act came through. They just want to make sure that the agency that you went through, if you went through a marriage broker, they just want to make sure that that marriage broker is abiding by the federal law, which states that they have to investigate people who are bringing people over from foreign countries to the United States to make sure that they're not abusive or have any kind of domestic violence or any kind of things like that. And the reason why that stuff came up is because in the past there's been some, unfortunately, there's been some U.S. and Canadian and UK who brought people from foreign countries and then basically take advantage of them, and in some cases really harmed that person. And that the International Marriage Broker law was put in place to protect foreign nationals who come to the United States from being taken advantage of by some evil Americans, Canadians, UK, because it actually, there's an international law that covers this in each one of those countries. That's what IMRA is, and that's what
protection for foreign fiancés and foreign spouses.
Right. So what's happening is when you say I met on this dating site, they think it's an IMRA, and then they want to make sure that you're protected. That's all it is.
So yeah, you have to explain that yes, you met on the dating site, but your relationship has developed into meeting each other in person, then you have to provide everything that you can to support that you have been meeting in person and all that.
And that's what we did. We just were very specific on here's how we met, here's evidence that we had plane tickets, here's evidence that I actually went to her country, or whatever. All right, so let's go back to comments. It looks like we got some people watching here. What the heck? Got some people watching us? Is that Kanye? Is that Kanye? And who else is on there? The Walking Bite and some other folks. And Antonio. Hey guys, what's going on? If you're still on, we're just answering more YouTube questions.
You can type it.
Yeah, just go ahead and feel free to type any questions you have. We're not going to be on for long. I got to go to work. I got to go to work soon. So.
Okay, baby. And
let's keep going.
Next question is from Anne Raquel. Hi.
She says, wait, this one? This one here? Oh, okay, this is a visa question. Go ahead.
I found your videos helpful. I just want to consult my case. My fiance is from Dallas, Texas, and I'm from the Philippines. He filed a petition in February of this year, and as of April 11, USCIS Texas had already given us an online approval and now in the process of forwarding our case to NBC. We want to know how long it will take for me to be granted by my US visa, more likely. Because we are planning to have our wedding on October 1 this year. Could it be possible? Thanks. So once it gets to NBC, you can call them to get the case number. The case number is what you need to schedule for your interview. And to schedule for your interview and then get your medical examination done. And then that takes about another month. And from there, it's up to you when you plan to leave the Philippines. And then once you get your interview, it takes about 1 to 2 weeks for them to send the visa. So you have to ensure that all your documents are done correctly so that you won't have to, so that there won't be no additional request by the consular officer to get a request for more evidence. It's 221G. So when you get the 221G, it delays your process for 1 to 1 to 3 months, depending on how quick you can respond to them. So yeah.
So to answer your question, after you get the National Visa Center, and once you get to that level, it really depends on your situation. We've seen people take literally 2 months, and then other people take 8 months. It depends on your situation, and it depends on how quickly you process. A lot of it depends, like Yuri said, a lot of it
and
depends
your financial status too.
Right. For us, like financially, we had to actually go a little slower because I didn't have the funds to get her the ticket and everything. So we actually had to just kind of take it a little slower. It really depends on your situation. The average time for this whole process from start to finish seems to be around 5 to 6 months, depending on how
yeah, but
well
you can go as quickly
documents.
as 3 months for the entire process.
We've seen people go 2.5 months. This is the quickest, right? 2 months.
Yeah, and the third month she was already here, so it depends on your financial situation.
So here's the contact information for National Visa Center. You probably can't read that. So let me zoom in here.
But then if they say, oh, you have to wait for 1 month to get the NVC, then yeah, you have to wait for 1 month to receive the letter from National Visa Center. But most people, if you just keep calling, they would give the case number.
You can call this number right here and ask them for your case number. You'll call this number, and then you'll tell them what your WAC number is on your approval NOA form. So, hope that answers your question. Let's go back to some questions here. I think this is going to be the last
one.
question.
Is, hi Miss Yuri, I'm from Cebu too. I just had an x-ray exam just for routine check up. The results are normal aside from mild scoliosis. It's a form of scoliosis. I just found out about it today. Will it affect my medical exam in the future? I don't have a schedule for my K1 medical exam yet, but I'm quite worried about it. I'll be waiting for your reply. What's a scoliosis, baby?
It's like a curvature of the spine. So I don't think that that's going to answer your question. That will not affect in our experience and what we've seen other people in our group go through. It won't affect your process. What they're looking for is communicable diseases, such as tuberculosis. That's a big one. And really, even those will only slow you down. It's not going to stop you from going into the United States.
And if they see something, they will just give you the medication until you're cured.
Right.
Like it takes about 2 to 6 months, depending on what you have.
Right. That's it. No. So the answer is no.
It doesn't get you denied a fiance visa.
Not at all. The only thing it will deny you, I think, there's some mental stuff. If you have some mental issues, or if you, even if you're addicted to drugs or something, they're not going to stop you. It's going to slow you down. You'll have to go to another evaluation. Things that could stop you would be like if they find out you're dealing drugs, that will probably stop you. Or if you, there's other things that can stop it, but that's not one of them. Scoliosis is not one of them. All right, I think that's it.
There's another one.
I don't have a lot more time left. So.
Let's just answer this last one. Hi, I have something to ask you. You got your SSN number before green card, didn't you? And after getting the SSN, you can work legally without the green card, right? Hope you'll respond. Yes, the first thing you need to get when you arrive in the United States, like within 14 days, you can already request for your SS number.
It seems to vary from state to state because some state SSN offices, Social Security office, Social Security agency, SSA office, whatever. So certain offices in certain states won't give you a SSN without a green card. What about was it in Arkansas?
What happens to that is when your I-94 expires, then they will not issue a SSN until you get your green card. So that's why it's important that when we get here, the first thing we need to take care of is our SSN.
Oh.
Because
okay.
I-94 has an expiration date. Some people, when they request for their I-94 online, it expires like within a month of them being here already. Mine expired after 6 months. So in that case, you have to get your SSN, and then you have to file for your adjustment of status for green card, and you have to include your employment authorization application so that you can work legally here in the United States. You cannot work with just your SSN number because it says there you need a Department of Homeland Security approval to work. So that means you need your employment card. So you have to apply for your employment authorization along with your adjustment of status so that you can work legally here in the U.S.
There you go. Good answer.
That's
all right. I think
we'll just send her the links of the other video for filing the green card.
Yes, I think that's it. There's no other.
Yeah, the other ones are for Philippine questions.
Yeah. Okay, let's go here. We are finished. Finished. Unless there's some YouNow questions, which there's none.
Okay.
All right, that's it. We are out of here.
Yep, my husband has to work.
week, I guess. And yeah, that's definitely it. I gotta go. All right, guys. See you later.
See you.